what is an incident response plan? So you're on a checklist, which I mean, I guess is a good start, or a PDF just sitting somewhere on your server. How do you guys define incident response plans to your clients and kind of, I guess, get them into it, get them buying into it, and then start working on it? Anybody want to go first?
Yeah, I'll jump in. Obviously, we kind of loosely define ours as the fire drill you hope you have to never use, but you hope you have it when needed. So it's a living, breathing document that should help you walk through the steps that you need to act on, given the worst happens. Obviously, we pray every day that the worst doesn't happen. So, um, common pain point for SMBs too. I, I think the misconception is that large enterprises are more, need to be more compliant and have and have a greater need for this type of plan. But I think when stuff hits the wall, every business needs to have an incident response plan in place.
I typically use I like the fire drill. It's your evacuation plan. And also, when talking to companies is when you're under high levels of stress, it's nice to have something already wrote down so you can refer back to it. So you're not having to rely solely on your memory. That's already all planned out and who needs to be activated, what needs to happen, what's the order of operations. That way you can just kind of go easier into a flow state. It's already predefined. It's, in and of itself, it's kind of an insurance plan.
Yeah, I like to think of it like, more than just a document. I try to, talk about it in those terms with the client is, it's not just something that you fill out and file away and then pull out every once in a while and just kind of go over it. It's really the tools, the processes, the chain of command and escalation for when that threat arrives, that all those things are kind of set up, ready to go. The wheels can be put in motion at any point in time, but the document, needs to kind of just outline exactly how that works.
Yeah. So do you guys, well, I assume you guys all have an incident response plan. Do you have a kind of a standard one that you go on your clients with, or?
So I have a templatized kind of version that I can, sit down with clients with and be like, okay, we just need to fill out this basic information. I kind of created it to be a bit more modular. And then I have one that's specific to our organization internally. What happens in the event of a breach for, more power. God forbid that ever happens. But this way, it's having somebody start a incident response plan from scratch when they really don't necessarily know what goes into it is very daunting for a lot of people. So having something I can just kind of show them and be like, okay, we just need to fill out these sections and we can move on from there.
Yeah, I want to go back to just a point I said earlier too, is that I agree. It's this template, right? You got to start somewhere. But that thing takes on life quick on its own. Once you get that door cracked on what are the things that we be talking about, I think that's where the creative process and the experience really kicks in, from a good partner and helps walk you down, what do we really need to be talking about too, in addition to just the stuff that's on a particular template.
Yeah. And as far as like our standard for incident response, there's really two different ways that looks. One is what we do internally and what we will do for the clients who don't have a cyber insurance policy in place versus the clients who do have cyber insurance. That process of getting a claim filed, when it's been discovered and there's already damage and there's potential downside. It's, how soon are we notified and what is the state of things when we're notified? And B is, has the claim been filed? Has the claim been approved before we can go in and do what we need to do? Now, in an internal, sense, we have our own insurance policy to worry about. And we have our own processes and controls in place. But with the clients who do have a policy, it really kind of it depends on how that policy is underwritten as to whether, we can go in and start up right away, or if we have to kind of do what we can do in the interim until that claim would be approved. And then we'd be able to kind of do everything we need to do to address it.
Cool. And then So how often do you guys update your clients' IRPs?
At least
You
once a
guys-
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say about annually.
Unless there's a major change or shift or strategy that needs to be brought up. Yeah, I think
Or a
dusting it
new
off once a year is a great idea.
or a new tool's implemented, if all of a sudden, hey, client has a seam that's been implemented, that's going to change a whole lot of, where we go to look for information stuff.